And welcome to Tracker Dashcam Vivla Sweden, and another reaction video to my older stuff that I have collected during the years. So if you saw my last video, you know that I have been sick for a while, and I am currently not driving, so I cannot do the regular dashcam movies that I usually do. But I hope you enjoyed this anyway. Some of you asked me what had happened, and actually this has been going on for a couple of months now. I have been having some issues that I still don't know what it is really, but the last time I was driving my little orange truck, it got so bad that when I came to a customer that I visit almost every day, they saw me and that I wasn't in any good shape, so they actually called an ambulance, my first time in one. So I got to an hospital and did spend the night there, several hours from my home, and it was just a big mess with everything, leaving the truck. The company had to come and get it, me spending the night there in the hospital for the first time, doing all sorts of things there and not really feeling any good. But I guess that's life sometimes. So that's why you are currently watching this and not the usual episodes. But I hope you will enjoy it anyway. And with that said, we will just jump into this video instead. So the first situation here, as you can see, the old cameras don't have the same image quality as the new black views that I use now. And it's also a bit harder to judge the distance to other cars. But we are following this blue car here. You can see my speed down in the left corner. And in this video you will just notice that always be prepared for about anything that can happen on the road. The hard thing here was that he started to brake very slowly, so it was really hard for me to notice that for some reason he just all of a sudden stood all he had on his brakes, and this happened. So that was super close, as you saw, really close. I actually didn't think that I would make it. I thought I would hit him. And I'm not sure why he did it, because the truck has its own on-ramp, a long one. And of course he has to give way to us. It's a good thing to help others, especially big heavy vehicles, but that was probably not the best way to do it. If I would have hit him, my guess is that I would have been found at fault at 100%, so wow, yeah. Actually, watching this clip again now, several years later, I wonder if he reacted to the red light to the right. But of course that has nothing to do with our lane, but well, maybe he thought so, because the lane in front of us is clear. Maybe that had something to do with it. And I remember when uploading this clip several years ago on another, if it was Facebook or something like that, I remember some people telling me that I had too short of a distance between us, and well, I guess it could have been a little bit longer, but if you're able to stop a 35 tons loaded truck in a situation like that, when someone does something you really not expect and you don't hit them, then I would say the distance was enough. But I guess you can have your opinion on that as well. So just if you have any opinion on these clips, feel free to comment them below. It's always interesting to see what other people think. Didn't really mean to drag on forever like that, but here's the next one. And if over the bridge now you can see a red truck going towards us, and for some reason a car just went straight at it. So here's what happened. So for some reason the car went into the oncoming lane towards the truck, which is really crazy. And actually the truck driver did a great maneuver here, driving up on the sidewalk, avoiding a head-on collision. And of course people have to pause instantly, no matter what. That's always a classic. I still remember the truck driver not being that impressed by the car driver. I don't think any of us was really impressed by that maneuver, but well, everything turned out good. I hope the truck didn't get any damage because of it, but yeah, why would you go against the traffic here when a truck is coming? That's just crazy.
Vid övergången av Bok är dånet redan allmänt. Det har slagit in.
But of course, truck drivers never makes any mistakes, right?
Det blänker av aluminium när målet går över vingen. Den skrällande brisadserien sliter till i öronen. Dånet stegras. Flodbanken ligger bakom oss. Bilen rusar vidare.
It's the constant passing quest out on the road that creates so many situations. Here you can see the red car to my left. What could he possibly do?
Ja, jag kände det. Ja, men jag tror du har det som skak.
But I do enjoy the old big horn that I had on my old Scania truck. And I know you do also, so here are some of those clips. Maybe I will need to explain this one a little bit first, but I will have a car trying to sneak in between, well, a wall and my trailer, and that is never a good place to be.
Försökte köra om varandra så snabbt de kunde för att komma undan. Tyskarna hade överraskats även föregående dag av en annan oväntad skärmytsling som Hennes jobb på den amerikanska ambassaden var tillräckligt
People trying to overtake in all sorts of ways, right? Left, brake, right, no? Kind of surprised that we actually did fit both of us and didn't really gain anything on it. So this clip is actually from the Volvo truck, and Yeah, you will hear it's from the Volvo truck. So this one is a little bit different, but it shows how good it is to always have a dashcam when you are driving, because you can end up in very strange situations, especially if you're working with your vehicle, if it's a truck or anything. So we just entered a school area, and the guy who opened the gate has nothing to do with it. He was really nice and all that, no problem. You can see my speed down in the left corner, and he is actually, the guy who opened the gate is now walking next to my truck, to the left. As you can see, I'm not driving fast, there are no kids outside, and then his boss comes over and acts really, well, I didn't get any positive vibes from him. So I need to reverse into the right there with all the gravel, and all of a sudden I see this guy. I don't remember if he was running or just walking very fast towards the truck, but he was far away from me in the beginning, so I figured he wanted something, but never did I understand that he was upset or angry with anything that I had done.
Körde jag inte lugnt? Ja. Ja.
Du får inte köra fort.
Körde jag fort?
Ja, du körde fort. Ja. Han ska gå före dig. Framför dig ska han gå. Eller vid sidan. Du får inte köra fort här. Så nästa gång så tänk på det. Du vill inte ha på ditt samvete att du kör över en unge. Det vill inte jag heller att du ska ha det. Inte jag heller. Och du tar något på samvetet. Tänk på det för nästa gång.
So for you that don't speak Swedish, he accused me for driving fast, and that the other worker should walk in front of the truck or to the left of the truck. But he was walking to the left of the truck, and but I don't think he saw him, since this boss came from the opposite direction, so the truck was blocking his view. But sure, he could have walked in front of the truck instead. But still, accusing me for driving fast when I never exceeded 6 kilometers an hour. That's walking pace. And then he says that I don't want any, well, to quote him, dead kids on my conscience. Like that's like it's that news for me. I mean, that's pretty. But actually, I was fine. I didn't really mind anything. I thought he had a bad day, and that was it. But then the company called me and wondered why I drove so fast in a school area. So he had called the company and accused me for driving fast in my big heavy truck in a school area, and of course that doesn't really sound that well. So they were pretty upset. And well, they knew me by then, and they actually thought that maybe there was something more to it. But they didn't have a clue that I had a dashcam, so I was very I was looking forward to show them this content. And well, what can I say? They like dropped the charges against me. And they called him back and said that they had seen the footage from the incident, and that they wasn't that impressed with him calling me and calling the company and accusing me for driving like recklessly in a school area, which is of course a very something that the company doesn't take lightly. So yeah, I wasn't angry in the school area, but I thought it was pretty low to call the company accuse me for something that was so far from the truth. Which really shows how good it is to have a dashcam, because all kinds of things can really happen. But let's end this video on the fun side with the annual Swedish overtaking competition that is held every year in the dark forest of Sweden. Until next time, see you and take care.
Thank you.